How are we, ladies and gents? Happy Sunday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we all? I've seen a couple of comments in the chat box about how they're sad because this is the last of the Sunday live streams. Oh, you guys, don't make me cry today. How are we? How is the weather where you are? It is stunning here in the UK. It's absolutely beautiful. Like, it's been really, really cold. And we've been having some sun, some snow. However, you know, I don't know if it's fabricated snow or, you know, man-made snow, or if it's actually the real stuff. So hello to all of you around the world, wherever you are. I am sending you all so much love, so much love. And actually, on my way back from London yesterday, I was thinking about this Self-Love Sunday and how we should work it going forwards, because I do feel it's going to be really important for us to be checking in at certain times. And I'll go into a little bit more as we step through this video today. But I would like to be a little bit more flexible, if that makes sense. Like, I would like to be able to maybe give you guys a few days notice or maybe a week's notice and be like, right, I'm going to go live on this day, so that we can keep connected, because I do love the live videos. You guys know that. But this rigid schedule of every Sunday is just not floating my boat anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. You might have even noticed on my Instagram and my Facebook channels, you know, I get hundreds of messages on Facebook with people saying, please, can you go live more on Facebook? Like, honestly, we miss your live so much on Facebook. And it's because I had every single morning at 8 a.m. for about 18 months, I would go live on Facebook, and it was just hard work. And actually what we're doing at the moment, ladies and gents, is we are collapsing the timeline. So this is why I would just like to be a little bit more fluid, in the hope, excuse me, that this structure that we've had to be put in, and the structure that we've had ourselves, you know, going to school, going to work, you know, it's all a big fat structure, isn't it? It's just everything. We have to do things at certain times. It's about collapsing that down. You know, and quite honestly, where I am at with my life at the moment, I'm just like a little leaf that's being blown around in the wind, and where I end up is where I'm going to end up. And even, like I say, on my Instagram channel, where I've been pretty consistent for a year, since last November when I got booted off of Facebook. You know, and what you guys have to remember is that it's been really quite challenging, because I will speak about certain things and my videos will get cut. I will, you know, I'm trying to help people like recognize that they are love at the moment, and that their heart is the most important thing, and my words get blocked. It's very interesting, and it's draining. It's draining, it's hard work. So this is why I would like to just be a little bit more fluid. So what we're going to do, like, today is going to be the last official Self-Love Sunday, but like as in every single week. However, what I'm going to do is I will pop it through my social media channels, and I will look to go live or here on YouTube at least once every 2 weeks. That's going to be my plan. I don't know if it'll be on a Sunday. I don't know if it'll be a random midweek or anything like that. But how does that sound to you guys? Because I quite fancy doing some evening lives here on YouTube, because I just feel that, you know, 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning, like, it's nice to be out walking, like, especially in this weather. It's nice to be out about now, you know, because especially here in the UK, we don't know what that looks like. You know, if we have sunshine here for an hour in winter, it might be raining or it might be snowing in the next hour, you know. So this is why I would just like to be a little bit more fluid. I'm, you know, utilizing these dark evenings for me would be really helpful. And also, I will talk a little bit on the latest restrictions and stuff that have come into the UK. So, you know, people are going to be about a lot more in the evening. People aren't going to be out doing the things that they're doing. So, and it's worth Australia, excuse me, and everybody else sitting up and listening to what's going on here in the UK, because it's coming for you next. Let's own it. Let's recognize people have been saying that, Australia, they're, Australia, we've got to watch what's going on in Australia. No, that's a distraction tactic. From my perspective, it's a distraction tactic. Everything that is going on in Australia right now, all of these people being shipped, apparently being shipped around, there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that are literally saying that they live in the areas where this stuff is happening and they're not seeing anything. So we don't know, like, none of us know what's going on right now. None of us know. So let's step up, let's step above the fear, like literally, let's step above the fear and let's really start creating these communities. And if any of you haven't created your community, I'm going to say to you, why the hell not? I've been talking about this for such a long time. If you haven't got your network of people that can support you through this transition and through these imminent changes, because they're happening, they are going to happen. We are going to have these restrictions. We are going to be stepping into situations that perhaps aren't very comfortable for a period of time. So and this isn't fear. This is just have the level of consciousness and do something about it. We've had a long time to prep for this. I started talking about this in March 2020, maybe February 2020, and I was told I was a conspiracy theorist and all the rest of it. And like you guys know, I've got thick skin, and thankfully I continued. So we've just got to rise above it. There is always a workaround, Meredith. You're absolutely bang on. There is always a workaround. And remember, what we are here to do is to look at the systems. Okay, this is how the systems work today. How do we want it to work in the future? And live like that. Literally, live like it. I'm shocked at the amount of people out there that are like, really putting things down, yet they're still like living every day within that system. They're not actually taking any steps to change that system. And this is what we're here to do. This is why they sent the rebels down. This is why they sent the light workers, the star seeds, whatever you want to call us. That's why we got sent here. Yeah, Keith, now is not the time to be stubborn and independent. Now is the time to lean on people. Honestly, and it's not going to be the people that you would normally lean on. Remember, stubbornness and independence is ego. Remember that. It's your ego piping up saying, I'm the man. I know that I can do this. I know that I'm in charge. I know that I can, I can support myself. And I know that I've got this. And I'm not questioning that you have got yourself and you have got it and you can support everybody else. However, that isn't what we're here to do right now. We're here to unify. We're here to unite. And I'm not just talking about Keith, you unifying with the people in your local area, Meredith unifying with the people in her local area, Agnes in her area. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, right, starseeds, light workers, what are we going to do? How are we going to help each other? Like, what can I do to help you guys keep a high vibration in New Zealand? Like, that's my job here. That's what I'm talking about, is how can I best support you to live in a high vibration whilst you go through this maybe 1 or 2 months of pain that we've been talking about. Like, and that's why I'm not quite ready to just be like, nah, I'm not going to do any lives, because I know you guys are going to need it. This is the service that I am going to bring to the world whilst we're going through these transitional periods, because they are going to be a transitional period. I think it was the full moon maybe in October, where I was saying that this is a transformational death process that we're going through right now. To the end of this year, we're going through this maybe it was an energy update, I don't know, but it was like a transformational death, and everybody hears the word death and they're like, oh, actually it's not. It's a really good thing. We're stepping into winter is transformational death. Think about it. The trees are bare. Like, I'm running out there now and the last few leaves are falling and, the trees are bare. And that's what we need to do. We need to be bare right now and say, hey, my name is Lucy Davis and I don't know how we're going to get through this, but I would really, really, really like to be able to support you and you support me in whatever way we can to get through this. Because some days I'm going to be stronger. Some days Keith is going to be stronger. Is this making sense, ladies and gents? Is this making sense? One day Meredith is going to wake up and be like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I literally can't do it. And someone will be there like, Meredith, I've got you. I'm going to support you. And then the next day, Meredith will come out all guns blazing and she's going to be like, yes, I've got this. Like, what was I even thinking yesterday? It's very important. It's very important that we recognize this. It's very important. We are going through seasons right now. We are the seasons. We look outside of us for everything, but what is going on right now is us shifting through our seasons. I am so pleased that this is making sense for you guys. I am so, so pleased. We have so much sensory overload going on right now. We don't know whether we're coming or going. We don't know our arse from our elbow. Let's call it what it is. We don't know our arse from our elbow. We do not know how we should be feeling. We're in a narcissistic relationship. We are totally in a narcissistic relationship right now, which is weird when you're single and you're not in a relationship, but you are in a narcissistic relationship with the governments. And we need to recognize this. It doesn't mean we need to step into victim mode. It means we need to recognize it and say, sorry, this isn't what I signed up for. And I'm going to stand in my truth, even if everybody else thinks I'm crazy. Even if everybody else thinks that I'm, some conspiracy theorist. Now is about your authenticity. And if you haven't watched my video I put out a couple of days ago, it's A for authenticity. Go and give that a good watch. Authenticity. I've been banging on about this. I've been banging on about standing in your truth. I don't care what your truth is, as long as it is your truth. It is so important that we recognize. You don't know. Most of you are so confused with what is going on in and around the world because you don't know who you are. And you're watching all of this stuff from different people and you really want to fit in and you really like the principle of the truth movement, but it's another freaking movement that's been inverted, that's been corrupted. Like every movement, guys. I've been saying this for a very long time. Every single movement. The Me Too movement, like the principle, the intention behind that is phenomenal. How many men? I actually, through 2019 and 2020, I had over 1,000 men that had reached out to me personally and said to me, Lucy, I got arrested and I was, they were going to charge me with this. And then all of a sudden the woman dropped the charges. And that's something as triggering as the Me Too movement. It got inverted. People took the mick out of it. People took it from, being what it was and I'm sure the pure intention of how it started. But then it went into naming and shaming. Then it went into something in a woman's toolkit to be able to throw out when she fancied. And it's disgusting. It got inverted. Black Lives Matter. I've got so many black friends, Asian friends, you name it. I've traveled the world so many times. I've got all colors, all cultures, you name it, everybody. I would love to see racism stamped out, but Black Lives Matter, I hate to say it, and I know this will trigger some people that still, are following that. That movement is inverted. So why on earth would the truth movement not be? Think about it. Why on earth would the truth movement not be? Now, I don't question that there's a lot of people out there that really, really do believe, and really do want to help people. I really do believe, again, that people started, I was part of the truth movement, let's be honest about it, and my intentions are so pure. But then, as you guys know, early this year, I was like, nah, something doesn't sit right with me anymore. I can't be involved in this. I can't be around these people anymore. I saw it as a big money spinner. There was a lot of people making a lot of money out of people being hurt. And I've seen somebody sent me a message over the weekend at some point that Kate Shimarani is going to be in court soon because of all of the protests and stuff that she organised. Again, it's a distraction. It's just circus antics from my perspective. So I stepped away from it because do remember, you are choosing to be involved in that. You are choosing. It is a choice that you are playing in those antics. like I've said to you guys, and I've called so many of you out on it when you've vulnerably been saying to me, oh my God, I'm confused, I'm lost, I'm this, I'm that. And I'm like, boom, get off of social media, clear your social media out. And I love that Mel has actually taken action on that. That's incredible. This is where we need to be going. We need to be recognizing that we are literally buying into a circus. We are giving it our energy, and every single time we give something our energy, every single one of us giving our energy to this low vibration. And this is why we're staying in that low vibration, which is why certain people, like I know Penny's really gravitated towards me in the last, like 12 months or so, 8 to 12 months. And the reason that is because Penny is pure like myself. Penny is like, do you know what? None of this matters. It's about the light activations. It's about, bringing in spirit. It's about being excited about the phase coming back. It's about that, and I did a really beautiful video. If you haven't seen it, I think I shared it through all my groups and stuff about the fairies. I spoke about that this last week just gone. It's beautiful. They're excited that they're coming back. They're excited to be coming back to work with us, the elementals, the dragons, the fairies. So if you haven't watched that video, maybe what I'll attempt to do is screen record it and then upload it to YouTube. It was a beautiful little video, really beautiful. And it was like they were channeling me at the time I was doing it, because I was so excited and I was so, I was feeling this really beautiful, pure energy of the phase. So, there is all of this stuff out there. That's the stuff that we need to be focusing into. Yeah, absolutely. Protecting our families and being in happiness should be the focus of all of us. And actually, yeah, Keith, it's on Instagram. I'll look it out for you, babe. I'll look it out for you, and I'll get it uploaded on here. I was so excited doing that video. It was like I had a little fairy channeling me, and I was like bibbity bobbing along. It was really incredible. It was just, honestly, it was absolutely incredible. So what my point is, be around people that make you feel good. It doesn't mean that you are being delusional. It doesn't. It means that you are choosing a high vibration. We have got this segregation of consciousness taking place. Okay, we've got this segregation of consciousness taking place, and you've got to decide what you're buying into. What you are buying into. Now, I know I'm too much for some people, and that's okay. But I have this really incredible following, particularly on Instagram, that are literally like this with me. They're like a pocket with me, if that makes sense. And I can authentically share beautiful things like this, and people just don't judge. Even if they don't get it, they're like, no, because they know the vibration that I give off. I had a really beautiful conversation with a lady this last week, and the first thing she said to me is, Lucy, I've watched one of your videos, and I just want to say your frequency is amazing. That's the conversations of the future. She said to me, actually, you inspired me to do a couple of things, so thank you. And that's the conversations of the future. It really is the conversations of the future. So we must recognize. And the reason she felt my frequency is a number of different reasons, but the main reason I feel is because I have said, no more am I buying into this shit show. I'm not giving it my attention anymore. I'm not going to buy into it. I'm not going to pay into it, because remember, even just looking at it, even just giving it one moment of your attention is feeding it. You're giving it your attention. And I want to be really clear with you guys. Fear cannot exist where there is love. It's impossible. It is absolutely impossible for fear to live when there is love. So all we need to do is recognize that love is the answer to all of it. I totally agree with you. I am repelled by social media, and there's people that are getting excited about this new Trump platform that's coming out and stuff. I am so not. I'm like, I just want to get away from all of it. I honestly, I really do. I wish that we could travel freely, because I would rather travel freely and go and hug Keith in person and go and see, Meredith in person, rather than this. Yeah, and allow yourself to be that, because it's just your intuition. Your intuition is working really remarkably, and good on you. Can we just celebrate all of you that are doing this right now? Good on you. Good on you. It's amazing that you are recognizing how important you are, how important your vibration is, and that these platforms that have been there to kind of like hold us back and keep us in a low vibration, you're actually saying, no, I'm far better than that. So good on you. I was going to say good girls, but I know we've got boys on here too. Yeah, and that's okay. Oh, I know it's coming. Please know it's coming. Honestly, I was in Australia doing a lot of work last night, in the astral, obviously, and I can't wait. Like, I'm so excited, And Keith, I've been saying it to you for a very long time. As soon as I can get to New Zealand, because I've never been. I've never, ever, ever been to New Zealand. So I want to get there, and I want to give people massive hugs. Like, I've got loads of friends that live there, and it will happen at some point. It's just about patience right now. Hello, Anya, lovely to have you, or Ajna, sorry. It's really important that we recognize this. Really important. This is for a short period of time. It's going to be a short period of time. And yes, it's going to be painful because it's already been 2 years and blah, blah, blah. But actually, we have been able to travel. So let's just talk about, the snow. Is the snow okay, though? Just be really careful that you're wrapped up in stuff and you don't touch it with bare hands, because I'm a bit concerned about the manufacturing of the snow. Okay, so just be really, really careful. Do you know what? I'm gonna get emotional, because what Keith has just said has just reminded me of something. So Keith has just put in the chat, your energy would recharge people's souls, Lucy. I actually saw myself doing a world tour, maybe 48 hours ago, maybe 3 days ago. I'm not too sure, but I saw myself doing this world tour, and I saw myself starting in America, and I was going to a few different places, and that's literally what I did, Keith. I would hold these seminars where people would come, and literally they would get the vibration, and it would literally just be like and it would almost like instantly heal people and instantly get them back in the vibration for them to be able to continue forwards. Really, really, really beautiful. And I saw myself obviously in New Zealand doing it. I saw myself in Australia doing it. So it's very, very interesting. It's very, very interesting what is going on at the moment. It's interesting you guys are talking about Thailand, because obviously that's where I was. That's where I was. I've spent a lot of time in the last few years. Thailand is a really, really beautiful place for my soul. My soul knows Thailand to be home. Whenever I go over that direction, you guys would maybe have seen through my social medias, I always spend time with monks. I always end up in a monastery, and it's never intentional, but they invite me. They feel my vibration and they invite me to stay. It's really, really incredible. Honestly, guys, when I am allowed back on the road to travel, you guys will see what it's like when I intuitively travel. I've been to Toronto. I've been to, where else have I been in Canada? I really want to go the other side. Is it? I don't know. I can't even think at the moment, but I really want to go the other side. That's what I would love to do. I would love to go to the lakes, and I know there's bears and stuff like that, but I just really want to go to the lakes and the mountains and just immerse in that. And is it Antal? No, I don't know. There's somewhere that I'm just like so drawn to go to in Canada. So I will be there, I promise you, at some point. Yeah, I know. It's so interesting. I've done a lot of work. I did a lot of healing on the elephants in the elephant sanctuary in Krabi. I think it was Krabi anyway. Yeah, it's like I literally, I've got some incredible photos of me. Actually, there's an elephant stood there, and he's just allowing me to heal him, and then he would follow me everywhere. He would literally just follow me wherever I was walking. He was just following me. He was so incredible. But that's the thing, because many years ago, back in 2013 or 2014, I actually rode an elephant, and ever since I've done that, I felt so freaking guilty. So I promised myself that I would go back there and do some healing work on these incredible creatures. And I did. I felt so bad. It was an ego thing. It was an ego thing. I wanted to do it because everybody else was doing it. And it just, it broke my heart. As soon as I did it, I was like, what am I doing? Stop, let me get off of here. And then obviously I set the intention to go back. And what's really quite fascinating is the guy that I went to the elephant sanctuary, loads of photos and memories came up with me and him literally yesterday. And I was like, wow, because it's almost 3 years to the day where I went and did all of the healing on the elephants. Yeah, 3 years. Wow, it's so interesting. It's so interesting. But you know what, ladies and gents, we've all done things in our past, and there's even periods of time through this and what we're going through in this now moment where we're probably going to be like, gosh, why did I do that? Why did I say that? Why did I participate in that? And it's because you thought you were doing the right thing at the time. And this is where the judgment needs to be released. Like, we've all judged ourselves so much. We've all judged so many other people, and we're not here to judge each other. We're not here to judge anybody. We're certainly not here to judge ourselves. This experience, this matrix has kept us low, which is why we need to be choosing the higher levels of vibration. We need to be choosing to step away from the fear porn. We need to be choosing to step away from the nonsense. Now, what's quite interesting is some of you would have seen on my social media, I was up in London yesterday. I went out with friends for lunch and had a really, really beautiful day. And it was really quite interesting because the train into London was rammed. It was so busy. Like, it was so busy. I've never seen anything like it. Like, not in the last 2 years. It was so busy. Then when I got to Waterloo Station, because I live in the south, my train goes into Waterloo. And when I got into Waterloo Station, like, I started speaking to this lady and she just said, what is with all these people? Like, it was so busy there. And what's so interesting is it's just started to get busy. And then obviously, what did Bojo do yesterday? He came out and obviously put new restrictions in place. So it's almost like people have literally just got back to feeling normal. And I would imagine, there was Winter Wonderland open. I imagine there was that stuff going on in London. I don't know, but it was heaving in Waterloo, heaving beyond measure. There was bound to be football, you name it. It was all going on, but it was busy like the old rush hour days when I used to work in corporate. Like, it was busy. It was like a 7 o'clock on a Monday morning kind of busyness, or a 6 o'clock on a Monday evening, like, it was heaving. And like I say, what's so interesting about this is, all these people are out, very few people wearing masks, everybody, loads of people were out drinking yesterday, loads and loads of people were out drinking and celebrating. And then all of a sudden, I got a message. I can't remember who sent me a message, but somebody sent me a message to say masks have been put back in, like mandated masks have been put back in here in the UK. And a few other bits and pieces I don't really know. I don't really pay any attention to it because it doesn't impact me. Simple as that. I also know this morning I got a message from a lady I know in Spain saying that as of the 1st of December, nobody from the UK can travel to Spain unless they've taken the... So, honestly, you guys need to recognize that wherever you are, I actually feel that the UK is leading at the moment. I feel that the UK was, if you remember a year ago, I was saying the UK is going to be the last one to cross the line. I actually feel that it's the UK that are going to go first now. I feel it's going to go first now. I feel that there's been a flip reverse. I feel that there's been so many people that have taken this. Now they're starting to wake up. I feel as if this energy revolution that I've spoken about through my conscious conversation community, I feel it's coming. I feel it's imminent. I feel that there are shifts that are going to take place, and it's exciting. I hope the UK go first. Like, I've been saying, I remember when it was really kicking off a few months ago and Meredith was like, oh my God, like, have you seen what's happening over here? And I'm like, you guys should have been watching the UK the whole time. Yeah. You can if you're an English citizen, because they're not actually allowed to keep you outside of your own country. But because we're not in the EU anymore, I believe that everything is extremely different. Yeah. everything is extremely different for us now. So, but I'm, as you guys know, I'm due to be traveling to Mexico in 3 weeks. I think it is on Tuesday coming. So and what's very interesting is I actually said to Michelle Fielding about this a little while ago, and I really do believe, I really, really, really do believe that the UK is up. Yeah, I feel it's up. I feel that there is so much, and it's not even truth because we don't know if it's truth or not, right? You know, it's really interesting. Oh, I think that's hilarious. So Agnes has put in the chat, I think he said you don't have to wear if you're in hospitality, but in the shops and transport. Like, it's ridiculous. So on the way home last night on the train, I think I was on the train about 11:30, I don't know, it was quite late. And nobody had masks on, literally nobody were. In fact, no, that's completely not true. There was a couple that had masks on near me, but other than that, nobody else did at all. You know, but what was very interesting yesterday, and I almost forgot to say this bit, on the way in on the train, I was sat in a 2-seat, and next to me there was like 4 lads that were in like a 6-seater, and they must have been early 20s, like early 20s they must have been, and they were talking about taking this so that they could travel, and my heart was breaking. My heart was just breaking. You know, like it was breaking. What I was talking about, if you'd been listening before, is the UK is going first. So 12 months ago, 18 months ago, we thought that the UK was going to be the last to, you know, go through all the cleansing process. But actually, the UK's up. The UK's up first, definitely. Definitely. So I think we are going to see a lot. We are going to see a lot. Yeah, we don't need to speak about that much detail, Hayley. We don't need to go into that. It's irrelevant because we know it's not true. It's never been isolated. It never will be isolated. So let's not feed into the things where we are, you know, where that's happening. I really do feel, no, it's okay. I really do feel that we are up. Number one, we are first, or at least we're going to be one of the first few. No, I don't think South Africa borders will open, babe. I don't think it's going to open for South Africa. I'm sorry to say, I don't. I feel that we're stepping into a huge period of transition now. You know, I really do. And remember, South Africa has such a lot of resources that they want, which is, you know, and Africa generally, which is why they use those places. You know, I think South Africa have actually come out and said that it's not even anything like they're talking about over there. Okay, I'm not going to explain what the UK going first means for the third time because I've done it twice. You can go back and rewatch it. I'm not being stubborn. I'm just not going to keep repeating it for the people that are watching because they've heard me go over that. So I think it's very important now that we are starting to stand up in our truth. I have seen on social media, like obviously because I was on the train on the way back last night, I was looking on social media, something that I don't do very often, and I'm seeing people that have taken the 2 of this, or maybe even the third one of this, saying there's no way I'm being locked down for Christmas. Like literally people, and I'm like, oh wow, we've got some passion in the bellies now. The passion is in the bellies, and this is why I feel that the UK is up. The UK is good to go. Okay, it's going to be dismantling, it's going to be collapsing, it's going to be really, really, really you know, really prevalent for everybody to see. Because come on, we've lived through the last however long, like I think our restrictions got lifted in July, maybe the end of July. We've gone through all of these months with next to no restrictions other than the ones people have been putting on themselves, and here we are again. You know, here we are again. And it's because they can bully you. 19th of July. Thank you, Martin. I really appreciate that. It's extremely important. I don't feel that it is going to be like it has been before. I truly believe now, you know, the stuff that we were doing last year, the protests that we were running, that, you know, all of that stuff that we were doing last year was way too early for so many people. But you've got to remember, I don't know when it was, but some of you will remember I spoke about the awakening happening in waves. And the first wave was the people, like, was the star seeds and light workers, because we had to wake up. And what woke us up? The children, because no one's coming for our children. But then what's happening? Why do you think there's so many footballers and stuff at the moment? Because there is a massive population of sleepiness in the world of football. You know, in the world of football, there is so much sleepiness. People have just taken it because they want to go and watch it. People have just done it and taken and done whatever. Now, this is why. This is why it is taking place. Because it's the waves of people, like, and this is what I've been saying to you guys, like, just stand in your truth and be authentic and be you. Like, stop trying to wake people up. I've said it to one of my best friends. Honestly, he's doing what I was doing like last March. And I'm just like, babe, just kick back. And he's like, I can't, Lucy, I can't. I just have to, I might save one people. And I'm like, babe, get over it. Like, just move on from it. Just shine and let people see that you're free. Let people see that you're not buying into things. That's how the world will shift. That's how exactly. We need to step away from waking people up. It's our ego. And we must recognize that all we need to do is just say, hey, I'm here if you need me. That's all we need to do. Yeah, I'm here if you need me. We are the light bringers. We are the light workers. We are the star seeds. We are the ones that have come down here to change the world. We really are. But that doesn't mean that every single time you're attempting to wake somebody up, you're actually feeding your ego. You're feeding your ego. So, and what is ego? Ego is those lower vibrations. Don't get me wrong, ego can be good for you. Please don't get me misunderstood here. Ego can be really good for you. But ego is like those lower vibrations. It's the panic, it's the fear, it's the shame, it's the guilt, it's the, the hurt, it's the resentment. Just love them. Just let them see how you are. Let them see how you vibrate. Let them see how you perform. Let them see, you walking into the shop with no face mask on. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm not wearing one. I haven't and I won't. It goes against my human rights. It goes against your human rights if that's what you believe in, if that's your value, if that's your authentic view. If you're like, do you know what, it's a mask, I'd happily wear it. Good for you. You do you. But don't be shouting at people like myself when we stand in our truth, because this is about it, right? This is about us coming together as a collective, linking arm to arm with jab that way, nearly said the word, jab that way and mask that way. We're walking together. We're walking together. We're doing this. We don't give a shit. We're not buying into that lower vibration division anymore. We're not doing it. We love ourselves enough to know that I trust them and they trust me, and we're just going to stand in our truth because we figured out who we are and what we mean and what we stand for. I totally agree with you. You can traumatize people, and people resist. People resist. And this is where we must say, okay, that's fine. Your resistance is fine. Go find a therapist who will see you. Do you know what I mean? Take your business elsewhere. This is what we need to do. Let's not fight the systems. Let's create the new systems. Like, I don't know where you're based, Yoga Music, but there is a group on Telegram called Awakened Therapists, I think. Hang on. Let me just double check so that I give you the right information. I think it's called Awakened Therapists. Yeah, Awakened Therapists UK. If you go on Telegram and you find that group, you will be able to find a physiotherapist or a whatever you need, but somebody who is awake, so you won't have to. Awakened Therapies UK. Honestly, go find it, guys. Like, if you want to go for a massage with somebody who's not been taking this, then you just post in there, hey, I'm in Crystal Palace. Can you find somebody who can help me with X, Y, and Z? And it just works like that. So it's, it's helpful. It's helpful. So just guys, we've got to create these new systems. Whatever that looks like to you. We just got to start stepping through them. And yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. Yes, we're going to get resistance, but it's about standing in our truth no matter what. It's about loving yourself enough to say, do you know what? Thank you for cancelling my appointment, because now I recognize that you're not my person. Thank you for showing me that. You're not my person. It's as simple as that. That's all we need to do. You are not my person. You are not my people. Thank you for freeing me from, potentially having to see you for a number of weeks. Thank you for, like, literally, that's all we need to do. Let's not be hurt about it. Let's not get angry about it. Be like, okay, cool, I'll take my money elsewhere. If my money's not good enough for you, my money's not good enough for you. This is actually how I feel about my dentist, because I actually have a dentist that kind of like frowns because I'm like, no. And I'd rather go somewhere where I don't have to deal with the frowns. Okay. It's so important. It's so important. Remember, your money, the way that we're living right now, we are giving money to people. We work hard for our money, right? We do, because we're slaves. So whatever money we've got, we have to work hard for it right now. It's not going to be the way always, but right now we have to work hard for it. We have loads of it taken away from us. So if somebody is being resistant, if somebody is making you not feel amazing, like any of my clients, they come along, and don't get me wrong, I help them break through and I kick their asses hard. Hello to any of my clients on here. But they know that it's always from love. They know, because they are giving me their money, I am going to give them the best service possible. I'm going to make sure they leave the one-to-ones with me and the group sessions with me freaking flying. Maybe with a lot to do, but flying. And that's what I've done with my new 8-week course that's coming out in the new year. I've literally put a program together where people are going to get to the end of it and they're going to be like, yes, I can do this. They're going to be on a rocket if they choose. If they choose to only show up 50%, then they'll only get 50% results. But I've shown up 1,000,000% for it, because people are giving me their money. It's an energy exchange. It's an energy exchange, which is why I like doing lives, because if I just sit here and do videos, okay, I can read your comments back. But we've got an exchange taking place, and it's lovely. It's lovely to have an exchange whilst you're actually doing videos, because it's weird looking at yourself and not talking to anybody. You guys know I love being in a room full of people. That's my favorite thing to do. Anyone that's ever been to any of my seminars, they're my favorite thing to do. Literally, they are my favorite thing to do. I love walking around people. I love helping people break through. I remember I did a session in 2018 in Bournemouth. I don't know, there was maybe like 40, 50 people there, and every single one of them cried. Every single one of their souls popped out of their body, and they were like, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I was just like in awe of what was going on. It was absolutely incredible. It was 2018. You're all going to be in the same room as me. As soon as we can, I promise you, I'm going to do this tour thing that I was talking about earlier on. I don't know if you were on there, but I won't wear one. That they want me to when I walk in the door. What they want me to do is walk from the door to the room in a mask. And I said, no. I said, no, I'm sorry. Oh, come join Conscious Conversations. Conscious Conversations is amazing. If you join today, you'll come to the evening tomorrow. There's a call tomorrow evening at 7:30. I've channeled some really beautiful messages. I don't tend to share my channeled messages on YouTube because they're quite vulnerable. But do come and join us. Honestly, Conscious Conversations, ladies and gents, is £11.11 a month. You get a Monday night Zoom call with yours truly every single Monday. For £11, 11p a month. Obviously, it's a group session, but come and join us. Like I say, it is so cheap. Every single one of my videos from the last year, because it started about a year ago now, you can go back and watch all of them when you sign up. So essentially, you're paying £11, 11 pence, and you've got a whole year's worth of content. If you want to go and binge watch Lucy, you can go and binge watch Lucy. And I've talked about all sorts of things. All sorts of things. I've spoken about, like, back in the day when we were doing all of the deep, the depths of, the truth and stuff like that. I've channeled messages from archangels. I've channeled messages. I think I might have even done a session, and if I haven't, maybe I'll do it. In March 2020, I literally jumped into a human's bloodstream, into a vein, and followed the blood into the stomach to watch how the virus, that CV19, basically mutated. It was so interesting, and this is the kind of stuff I share through Conscious Conversations, because it's a private community, and I know that everybody that comes along, there's no judgment. There's no people that might misconstrue what I'm talking about. You get the vibration, like literally I turn up 1,001%, and it's 11 quid a month, and I've kept it as cheap as possible because I know people need the sanity, the grounding, the help right now. So I kept it at literally £11 a month, because it's just about storing videos and stuff like that on my website. It's pretty expensive to do that, so it's literally just a tiny little fee. So it's not for me. I show up for free, but it's for that. Okay, so you're going to love it. If you haven't joined already, come and join us. Like I say, the first call's tomorrow, and if you can't make it because of your time zone, don't worry about it. All the videos are uploaded as soon as I'm finished, where they're all uploaded, and you can just binge watch them. Like I say, you can have a whole day of Lucy if you really want to. I really, 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 you can just sit and watch me all day long if you like. Might be a bit much for some of you. So yeah, I look forward to seeing some of you there. But just going back to this tour, that's what I love to do. Like before lockdown, that's what I used to do. I used to tour the world. I would go intuitively traveling the world, and I would be finding all these healing modalities and then run seminars wherever I was. Like, that's what I do. That's how I get to travel. My business pays for all of my travel because of that, or it used to anyway. So that will happen again at some point. I see myself, it's really interesting that Penny's put tour on the tour. I see myself at Glastonbury with teepees, in a massive grassy area, and there's teepees, and basically I'm doing like a massive festival, but it's a spiritual festival. I see this, and I've even got the name of it and everything like that. So they gave it to me ages ago. So this is going to happen, and then I see us doing it in all really beautiful conscious places around the world. So it's amazing. It's amazing. We are going to do it. We are going to do it, I promise. And I planned to do that for the first time in 2020, but obviously we got locked down. So it just takes time. It just takes time, and it will always be, I'll do as best as I can, as much as I can all around the world. But obviously, some of you might have to hop on a plane to come and join us, but it will be amazing. And I'll get some of the best people around the world, vibrationally, not necessarily the most well-known, but the best vibrational people around the world to come and share and help people go on their journey. That's all I'm interested in. I actually just want to touch on something that I touched on in the A for Your Authenticity video. It's okay to be stepping away from people right now, ladies and gents. It really is. It's okay to be stepping away from people. It's okay to be saying they're not my people anymore. I had a few people around me over the course of the last 18 months who I really, really loved. And recently I'm like, no, they're not for me anymore. And there's people that have oh, that's nice. There's people that are asking me to do things. They're asking me to be part of things, and I'm actually seeing their real true colours. So it's very important. It's very important. The reason I'm sharing this is not to be a bitch. I'm not being a bitch. I'm just sharing authentically from my heart, because I want to give you guys permission. I'd like to give you guys permission to stand in your truth. It's okay if somebody doesn't vibrate with you anymore. It's okay if you just don't feel aligned to this thing anymore that you've been doing for many, many years. You've got to recognize how you feel. You've got to recognize where you're at. And when you do that, that's when the gold is going to take place. Now is not the time for us to be shutting up and putting up. I mean, you might want to shut up. I saw something earlier today, and it said something along the lines of my new tactic for like disassociating is distance. I'm not gonna give you the speech or anything like that. I'm literally just going to put distance in between us, and then that's it. And that's kind of where I'm at the moment. I don't feel my energy is right being given to things that are just low vibration. Just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm working on myself so much at the moment, as you guys probably know. I'm working on myself so much. I feel at a point in my life where I feel extremely, incredibly lucky to be alive. I really do. And I hope some of you are sharing that sentiment as well. And I want to make sure that I'm as clean as possible going into these high vibrational frequencies, because I actually channeled a message. I think I might have shared it on my YouTube channel. I feel I did it on YouTube anyway, and it was about that this time when we ascend, we are taking our mind with us, and this has never happened. This has never happened before. So we are going through something that we've never done. And it's very interesting. I've been channeling different things on that, and I keep like, I'm a bit dubious to share it right now because I haven't quite got the clarity that I need. I won't share things with you guys until I've got full clarity. When I've got the clarity, I'll be like, okay, this is what it is, because then I can answer your questions. But right now, there's some information they're drip feeding to me that I'm just not sure on. Oh, blimey. Oh, Martin, we're sending you love. Sending you love. It's, remember, the main reason why people coerce, and I like to use this example, and I have used this before. The main reason people like to coerce us is because, if you think about it, if you're a smoker, now I used to smoke, I used to be a big smoker back in the day, so I used to smoke. Then when I gave up smoking, literally everybody would be like, here, have a fag, come on, come with me, have a ciggy, da 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 da. And it was coercion. It was coercion, because one of the pack has left. One of the pack is going to prove to the others that actually they're weaker. And that's what's happening with the jab. Okay. And I always love using that smoking example as a good example, because most of us can resonate with that. Most of us have been in a situation whereby one of our friends or whatever doesn't want us to leave the pack. Please don't leave. Please don't break away from us. And, and this is why it's very, very important. Yes, absolutely. Diet is a very interesting point. People always say to me, oh gosh, you're so clean. Oh, you're just so clean living. Like, why wouldn't I be? This is all I've got. This physical vessel, I've got this soul that's behind my eyeballs. Like, I love talking about it, because the thing that's behind your eyeballs is the thing that's actually in charge. We think it's this physical vessel, but it's not true. It's very, very, very interesting right now. It's very interesting that we're stepping up into this level of confidence and truth. And it's okay to be disagreeing with people. My mum said to me for quite some time, she basically said to me, like, why don't you just get it? And I explained my reasons, and she doesn't get it, but she's just backed off, because now, I mean, she's like, oh God, I see why you didn't do it. We're never going to get back to normality. But this is why we've just got to stand in our truth. But the only way you know that is by knowing your truth, knowing who you are. Lucy, I had a dream about you last night. We were on a hill looking down on a beach. We were talking about different rounds. Oh, that sounds beautiful. Whenever I'm in people's dreams, do remember, sometimes it's a projection of self. It's a projection of yourself. Normally I'm doing healing with people. Whenever people dream of me, normally I'm doing healing on you. So I hope it was good, whatever it was. It's nice that Keith has been having dreams about me too. A lot of people are dreaming about me at the moment. I'm doing a lot of work at the moment. So I just want to be honest with you, and this is something that I've channeled. If you are in your truth and you've taken this, I've channeled that you're going to be okay. So if you're in your truth around this, I've heard that you're going to, like, I've channeled that you're going to be okay. That thing is really, it's been designed to create division. It's been designed to create division. It's the people that are going, I don't really want to take it, but I'm going to take it because I want to go on holiday. I don't really want to take it, but because I'm in the limelight, I've got to take it, that kind of thing. They're the ones that are actually going to get impacted by this. So it's very important that we recognize this. Let's not create any more division. If your loved ones want to take it and you've done everything you possibly can to educate them on your belief system and they still want to take it, let's love on them. Because love is the only thing that's going to get us through this. Love is the only way that we can heal the world. Okay? Love is the only way out of this. And I know it sounds airy-fairy, and I know that there's spiritual people out there that are like, oh, all this love and light stuff. No, I'm not talking that. Like, I'm kick-ass. I will do what I need to do. I will take action. However, it's very, very, very important that we recognize that we've got to do what's right for us, and that love is the only one. Why are so many truthers still pumping out negative news? Because that's earning them money. That's the only thing that I can say. It must be earning them money, or it must be doing something, because, and I'm not being nasty when I say that, I don't get it. If anybody got what consciousness is, all of these people would stop pumping all of that stuff out. Well, I channeled a while back that it was something like 72% are awake to the truth, but that doesn't mean conscious. Doesn't mean conscious. And what truth? Let's be honest, because who knows what the truth is? We've all got our own perspectives, like we all have our own perspectives on everything, but we don't know, do we? So it's very, very interesting that we recognize this. Yep, exactly. The news sells. Regurgitation, 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 constant regurgitation. I also feel like, because maybe what I said earlier about money perhaps is slightly unfair. A lot of people monetize their YouTube channels. I don't. A lot of people do, so they're getting money from YouTube every time somebody watches their videos. But with regards to Instagram and Facebook and stuff, I don't believe you can get paid. In fact, that's not true. I was offered to be paid on YouTube, and I was like, why the hell do I want to be paid on YouTube? For what? They ban me every bloody day. Maybe that's why they banned me, because I wouldn't take their payment, because they wanted to control me. But that's how I feel. I feel as if it's very much about followers. What's so interesting, ladies and gents, is on Instagram, I've got about, I don't know, maybe 5,000 or 6,000 followers. And there are people out there that are such a different vibration to myself, and I know my vibration is special. Like, that's not me being egotistical. That's me being extremely aware. I know my vibration is extremely powerful, yet very few people want to follow, because I'm not pumping out the fear porn. I'm not, and remember, all people have ever known is fear porn. From day dot, ever since they were born, they've had the news playing in the background, so they're used to that. Whereas all these people are awake saying, oh no, we don't watch the news. No, you are creating the news. You are creating the new vibration that is aligned to what the news has always done. It's very important. It's very important that we recognize, that we honor whatever it is. Okay, I'm actually just going to end up this live. I can't believe that we've done an hour. I haven't even covered off one thing that I was going to talk about on my list today, ladies and gents. Not one thing. I was going to show you my finger. Oh my gosh, got all these different things popping up on my computer. Go away, go away. Can you guys see my finger? I did that on I'm pleased that you were ready for the love. That's really, really important. I know, right? How has this been an hour? Like, literal, like time is being collapsed. So yeah, look, I got bitten by a horse on Tuesday. Literally, I got bitten by a horse on Tuesday. I cannot get over how quickly this has healed. Like, literally today, I don't know if you can see it because of the thing, but the top bit underneath the black, obviously where she got my nail, bless her, the skin is actually going back over the top. I'm like, this is freaking amazing. So, ladies and gents, I'm actually going to do a Zoom. I know, right? I'm actually going to do a Zoom call to share this week, either Tuesday or Thursday evening UK time, where I'm going to share what I've been doing for my healing, because I have been using a few things to help me. But that is just unbelievable. That is unfreaking believable. I cannot get over it. I just can't get over how well it's done. So do keep an eye out on my social media. I might pop it in my community page here as well. I haven't quite figured out my diary this week. My car's going in to the garage tomorrow, because I did. Yeah, that's right, Agnes, it is. I had a bit of a dink in my car. Yes, Meredith, of course I will, beautiful. I had a bit of an issue in my car some months ago now. I was pulling into a parking space, didn't realise there was a massive low bollard like this, and it took a bit of my door with it. So it's going into the garage tomorrow morning, and it's going to be in there for a few days. So I'm kind of like figuring out my diary as to like where I'm going to be and when I'm going to be home and when I'm not going to be home. So I love the light that you guys bring. I love the fact that you guys like my light. Thank you so much. Honestly, listen, I always say, and I'm going to end up here, remember, Jesus had 12 followers and Hitler had millions. If you feel you are standing alone right now, remember, always remember that. Oh, I love you too, Joe. Always remember, Jesus had 12. Jesus had 12. Hitler had millions. This is why I'm always a little bit dubious of those, you know? Yeah. I know my followers support me. I know they do. Like, I've witnessed it this last week, you know, doing lives and things like that. And I've witnessed how bloody protective my followers are of me. People that I don't even know. Why? Because they've got that connection. They've got that connection from heart to heart. So, ladies and gents, it's 11:01 here in the UK. Please remember to hit the thumbs up before you go. Share this video with anybody who you feel might want to see it today. I will do some more videos. I'll cover off some of the topics that I had on my to-do list for today, because we haven't covered any of it. I've literally just ranted at you for the last hour. I will be back soon. We will do a live again soon. And yeah, I will share everything that I possibly can with you guys, and it's just not going to be a regular Sunday, but I will be back as often as possible, and I will continue to post content. So please do remember, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe, hit the bell so you get the instant notifications. I love you guys to the moon and stars. My love is coming out to you wherever you are, New Zealand, in Australia, all across the UK. You have my love, ladies and gents, okay? I love you to the moon and stars. Have the most beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Stand in your truth and remember, we got this, all right? Mwah. I love you guys. Take care.